Hi. Yes. My name is Arwin, but you can call me R. This is gonna be fun because I'm pretty bad with my English, with my Spanish, and with my Portuguese. Así. Lo lamento, chiquitos. Como quieran.
You can ask in any language. We are going to make it in English, but you can ask in any language. So, we are the developer circles from Buenos Aires, so as you know, the guys from Sao Paulo, we try to do the same or very similar things in Buenos Aires, Argentina. So, we are 5. We all have it's a benefit for us. We all work together in the same space, but we are all different. Nacho comes from a mobile startup world. He's an entrepreneur and now he's academic director of digital courses. José has also a content background. He's a very well-renowned developer in Buenos Aires. I come a little bit more from the journalism and marketing and event planning world. And Arwin is a little bit more of a marketing rock star and designer. And last but not least, we have another member who's called Lopa, who comes from the UX world. So our community is for developers, but it is very inclusive, and we try to take the best out of us to make it work.
And we saying that we are different is because I am the spicy of the team, because I'm from Venezuela. We work together in the same company. Digital House is a school for digital skills, and we mix all the skill in this developer cycle. We have marketing, UX, development, and what else? Yes, and artificial intelligence. Seguimos la otra. Okay, this is it.
Yes, so I'm going to talk about a little bit about myself, my background, and how I could bring it and capitalize it for the circle. So it's just a very short story about me, and we're going to do the same, because I think that you should share that in your community as well. It helps later on to connect. So when I was a child, my mother has always been a teacher, and we used to live very near her school. And I recall that when I came back from school, usually a lot of her students were home. She has always been an English teacher, so I recall that, for example, she was teaching them how the vocabulary of cooking or what's in the fridge. So all of her students, like 50 students, young kids, were in my house cooking and learning and doing. So for me, it has always been about hands-on. So in my case, I try to translate that into workshops in our community. Today, we're speaking here like, I don't want this to be a one-to-one conversation, and we try to do that in our circle to do a lot of workshops and build days and make the community part of a very active thing and alive.
Well, ¿cómo hacemos esto posible?
Just later, please. How we make this happen?
Thank you, Google Translate. This is possible because we are pretty different. I know how to seduce you. Yes, I know. Because it's pretty going to be, because I am not a developer. I am psychology, journalist, and sexology. Really. But I just put that in a mix and do it here now. I know I study marketing. I know what strategy we can use with people for come here and ser parte de nosotros. Be part of. Thank you so much. Well, I know how to measure and when to make to explode and when we need a limit. Because in Developer Circle, when you have a group, you need to motivar a las personas. Necesitas estar allí, estar presente. En un grupo tenemos aproximadamente 3.000 miembros y generalmente, o más de 3.000 miembros. ¿Cómo? Vuelvo al inglés. Turn back to English. And we work together. Every time in our meetups, I mix some new people and I speak with them, I talk with them, I really love listening to them because we are an opportunity for them. I am Venezuelan, as in this moment in Argentina, I have too much Venezuelans with an incredible story, engineers, architects, different developers, and when they come to Argentina, their work is to be heladero, ice cream maker, or use a waster, and when they come to us, their possibilities is open because they learn marketing, digital, UX designer, or use Python, or what else? Artificial intelligence. Son muchas cosas que nos hacen sentir muy felices porque estamos transformando la vida de las personas. Me encanta hacer este switch porque están con el cerebro.
Okay, hello. I am Nacho, and the idea of this presentation is to tell some stories of our members, and not just our members of the entire Latin community that we recover. And because we think that the DevC community opens door to the world. So I wanted to start telling my own story and how I got to the Developer Circle. And as I says here, I'm an only child. My mother is a divorcee. So my mother always bought me whatever I wanted, until I was like 10 and I said I want a dog, and she came with a computer. So she hates dogs. I never had a dog, but I think that's why I ended up studying computer engineering. That's why I think I have my own company, a software development company, and as I was the only one, for example, in my company that knew how to speak English, and I will cut it. Can you hear me? Yeah. Thank you. As I was the only one that could speak English, I was forced to be like the project manager because all our clients were in the US. After that, I had to be the sales guy because someone had to sell what we did, and that was always forcing me to learn new things. I learned how to communicate with people because before that, I only knew how to develop. Like 4 years ago, a digital house opened in Buenos Aires, and they called me to start organizing the development programs in there. So, as my mother is also a teacher, as Ángeles, I said yes, because the education, I think, it's one of the key things in society, and I love education my entire life. So I moved there, I started working in education, we started building communities, because I think that education and community is like a mix that it has always to be together. There is no education without a community. You always have to learn with someone. And that's why 1 year after starting a digital house, Caroline called us. She's Caroline. And she proposed to start working at the DevC Buenos Aires. The group was already existing, yes, but it was like dead. Like the last meetups were like 2 people, 3 people, 4 people for the last year. So she called us and proposed to start over. I had an amazing team in Digital House, as Arvin said, and that's why in 2018, like 1 year exactly ago, we are about to have our first year anniversary. We start from scratch. We delete everything and we say, okay, we're opening the group again. And we didn't know our audience, we didn't know who were the people that was coming to the events, the little amount of people that were coming to the events. And so we had no information what the community wants, what they want to achieve, what subjects do they want. So we started like, we were really confused. So in a not organic at all way, so not organized way at all, it was very organic. We started sending surveys, polls in the group, asking what the community wanted. And well, people start saying UX and then artificial intelligence, and we start like doing events from one thing from another. A lot of people start arriving. Right now, our events are very cool. I think we have always like 100 people in every event. We're very happy with that. But it was really important to listen to the people, and that's why we focus very much on the history of the people, why they are at the DevC and why they want to feel again in a community. And that's what Angie is going to tell.
Well, and since I could not deliver a Python talk in my group because I'm not a developer, I started talking to people. So I want to know you, and I want to communicate and know who is part of this group. So again, I brought my friend along with Arwin, doing a lot of journalism projects within the group. So we started getting to know each other. I think that you all here should contact your leaders and tell them why you're here, what you can bring to the table. And we started with what we had near ourselves. So we started doing informal Q&As during the events, phone calling people who demonstrated a little bit more of interest, and they told us about their stories, why they were there, how much they traveled to come to the events, or how could they continue with their projects. We broke into classes, different camps, or within our school to tell about the communities. Facebook gave us access to their studio to make Facebook Lives. So in different formats, we started telling stories. I think everyone here has a different story and a reason why they're here. At the beginning, I didn't know why I was here. Full of developers and me, but I loved it. I have always worked a lot with developers, and I know that everyone here wants something else out of their lives, and together with these communities, you can make it happen. So here is, we brought you a little bit of stories of real people, some highlights of our events, who have a name and a surname, and who are part of our community. So it's all about you. It's not about just technology and the digital era and all of this that is coming like a tsunami into our lives, but it's about people as well. So that is why we're trying to make it a little bit more human. And in fact, our events, we put this like iconic names for events that are face-to-face. It's our meetups. It's not the only way we can connect or engage with them, but it's one of the most important ones for us. We gather up to 100 people in some of our events, and we don't do it bigger because we're limited by the space sometimes. But it's important, like, to touch, to be, to hear, to listen, to look, and to be face-to-face with each other. So this is Annie Bachadares. Maybe Arwin can give a little bit more of information since she's from Venezuela.
Annie es ingeniera. Ella vino a Argentina, como cualquier otro venezolano, a buscar una nueva vida, una nueva oportunidad. Y en esa nueva oportunidad, nueva vida, apareció el Developer Circle. Estábamos haciendo eventos exclusivos para mujeres, que se llamaron Tech Ladies. Eran cursos de verano de diseño UX y de programación C. Adivino fue una de las que participó y se ganó un curso de programación en Digital House por haber asistido a todas nuestras clases de Developer Circle y necesitaba, digamos, que ese empuje para creer en ella, y son de las cosas que nos gusta de la historia de ser parte del Face to Face. ¿Podemos poner el video?
We're trying.
Y bueno, por ahora voy a bailar. Pueden hacerme preguntas de sexología en este momento.
No charge. Well, we can continue with
Yes.
the next story. This is Manuel Silva. He's from the Buenos Aires community. We call him the We Want You First victim. That is an initiative we started like some months ago, and it's bringing some companies to hire or to look for people in the tech industry to work for them. And since we are groups that gather a lot of people in this digital and tech world, a lot of them want to come. So Manuel has a developer, he has a girlfriend who's a developer, and he started seeing that she was so happy with her new job, with all that she kept on learning. She became a teacher, and she started looking for a lot of information. She had a continuing education, and he thought that he was like, he thought that he was getting old, like he was 40 and he didn't like his job very much. So he started coming to our events. And there he started his life again. He met a guy who is an owner in a startup in Argentina, and he is now working with them together. He started from scratch at 40, so it's not about being afraid. I mean, he started coming to our events. Maybe it's a little seed that we plant. It's very basic in our circle, the education that we give. We want to be inclusive and to bring not just the top high developers to come and learn more, but to bring a lot of people who know nothing. So this is the case of Manuel. And coming to one of our events was just the first milestone in his afterlife of 40 years. Then we have Alejandro. He's a member of Chile. Alejandro applied for he regularly goes to the events in Chile, the DevC events, and he applied for a scholarship to learn Python. He did already 3 or 4 courses there, and he worked in BI, intelligence, in a company. He didn't like his job either, and he started getting certified in all the scholarships that Facebook gave him the opportunity to be part of, and he built a portfolio. So a lot of recruiters started to contact him. He started a new job, very happy for it. And then a lot of people within the community started asking him, like, what do I study? Where do I get the information? How do I build my own syllabus? There's so much information, I don't know which path to take. So he got tired of a lot of people asking. So he went to a co-work and asked if they could let him bring people in there for him to teach them and to build a program for those who were a little bit misguided or didn't know where to find the information. So now he's a mentor, and he already, I think he has managed to get 10 people a new job, just like he did, and he put milestones to the group. So, and they have like monthly objectives, and the ones who manage to achieve those objectives are paid for lunch by those who don't manage to achieve what the objectives are. And this is Milagros, also from Venezuela in Buenos Aires. She came to one of two of our DevC meetups, and she told me that she had recently been fired. This was like very quick. It was not there is not a lot of story here, but she gave me my CV, I gave it to a friend who has an agency, and she got the job. So it's a lot about connecting the dots. Maybe a lot of you here don't know what you can find in the other, so that's what I did. I just started talking with people and doing a Facebook Live and giving them a microphone or just hearing them, because that's what we have to do. And then we have this last story. She's a girl who used to have a chocolate project. She had an entrepreneurship, and she was not raising a lot of money for her family. So she came she started coming to our DevC in Buenos Aires. she was given a scholarship to study full stack, and at the same time, by another community, so look at the power, she got another scholarship to study UX. And she didn't know how to do it because she had both scholarships at the same time. She had to put her life in a standby and either decide to go for the 2 scholarships or continue with the chocolates. And she managed to do both courses. It was like 6 months. She was so tired. We always saw her coming and studying and grouping with her partners. And now this has been really life-changing for her in just 6 months. So I think that technology has this fast pace, and like I said before, it's like a tsunami coming to us. So we just have to jump in and don't be afraid. Well, I don't know if this is working. All of the girls who we mentioned here are part of a
¿Cómo? No, es mentira. Natural. Podríamos utilizar frutos del mar, algunos, en inglés, frutos del mar solamente, que tengan, sí, pero sí.
This is in
No,
Spanish.
todo está en la cabeza.
Por una amiga que me invitó, concurría a los eventos, la verdad que me súper interesó. Yo conocí Developer Circle por una amiga que me invitó, concurría a los eventos, la verdad que me súper interesó. De ahí tuve oportunidades de hacer un Tech Ladies en enero, donde fueron 4 clases intensivas, CSS, HTML. Estoy haciendo el curso de diseño UX, lo que me permitió ampliar mis conocimientos y complementarlos con el de programación full stack. La